everyone. We just finished reading this beautiful book by Julia Rawlinson called Fletcher and the Springtime Blossoms. And if you really liked Fletcher and the Springtime Blossoms, there's a whole series about Fletcher as he finds out about the seasons throughout the year. So look it up in your library. Today, we're going to make Fletcher Fox. And Fletcher is made up of a certain shape. Almost every single piece of Fletcher is this shape. We just changed it a little bit on his tail to be fancy. Does anyone know what the shape this is? Is it a circle? Is it a square? It's a triangle. So let's find out how we put our triangles together to make Fletcher. Inside our kit, you're going to find some of the pieces inside this wax paper that is for another one of our crafts. You're going to find some big orange triangles, and you're going to find a white triangle. This you're going to put back into your kit for later. And then also in here, we're going to find a little baggie. And we're going to find our glue stick. Well, no, your glue stick will be at home. I find my glue stick in there. You'll need a glue stick. If you have the white glue, you can use the white glue. That's okay. It'll just take a little bit longer to dry. So inside this little baggie, we want to take out all of the little triangles you see. You'll have some orange ones, you'll have some white ones, and you'll have some black ones. And make sure there are two very small black ones that you want to find in here also, hiding among these other things that you're going to be using for another craft later in the month. The circles, you're putting them away, and these, you're putting them away. You're putting them back into the bag, zipping that up, closing it up, put it in your kit for later. So now we have this big pile of triangles. So remember, I said the easiest way to do it is you glue the small piece onto the bigger piece. But I can't be gluing on my tablecloth, so I have a piece of scrap paper, something that was made for me that I'm not going to use. So I'm reusing it, recycling it. So I'm going to put this down. And then I have my one right here that I'm going to work off of. And I'm just going to spread my pieces out so I can see them and get a better idea of what I'm going to work with. And because I'm on a black tablecloth, I'm going to put my black pieces on my white paper so you can see them. Because if I put them on my tablecloth, they would be camouflaged and you wouldn't be able to see them. So here are look how many pieces there are. How many are there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a big number. So we're going to start with a big piece, the body. And that's our biggest triangle. We're going to put him there. And then we're going to take the second biggest orange one. And this is going to be Fletcher's face. So what I'm going to do is, using my glue stick, I'm going to just glue the bottom point of the face. And see if I go off of the orange paper, it doesn't get on my tablecloth because I have this paper underneath. So then I'm going to glue this at the top of my triangle. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. So now I have the beginning. I have Fletcher's head and his body. Now let's get the next big piece, is his belly. And I'm going to glue the belly and line it up at the bottom here, in the middle. And so now he has his white belly. So now I'm going to, my eyes have the small black ones and a white one. So I'm going to glue them together before I put them on my big one. So I have the little tiny black, and then I have the smallest white ones. And I'm going to glue the smallest piece first. So that's the black, goes on to the white. And so then I have my eyes ready to go onto his face. So I'm going to bring him back over here. I'm going to move this guy just a little bit. And remember, we glue the smallest piece and put it onto the biggest piece. So we glue the eyes. And then we place it right up here where you think an eyeball would go. And then you do the other one. And remember, you're going to be gluing the side that does not have the black part on it. And so since we're working with the face, let's put his nose on. That's the other black one. So we glue that. And then we put it right down here at the bottom of his face. And so now I have a good part of him done. Let's do his ears next. And this is another time when you're going to take the white ones and glue them onto the orange one. And I'm looking at this, I'm going to cut this white just a little bit, because it's almost as big as the orange, and I want to be able to see the orange. So again, I'm going to glue the small white piece, put it onto the orange, and I'm not putting it right at the bottom of the orange, and I'll tell you why, and I'll show you why in a second. If you notice, I've got a little line of the orange underneath the white, because that's where I'm going to glue him onto his head. So I glue this, I just run the glue stick right along the bottom like that, and then I'm going to glue it on the back of his head, just like that. And so then I'm going to get this other one. So this time you are gluing the side that has the other piece on it, the white piece on it. So he's looking more and more like a fox all the time. Now let's do his tail. When you get yours, it's just going to be a white triangle. I have already cut these little parts out on mine. You don't have to do that. If you want to just have the straight white like this point on your tail, that's fine. But anyway, you're going to glue the little white part. and put it at the tip of the tail, because if you are lucky enough to see a fox in real life, you will notice that he has the white belly, the white tip on his tail, and the little white tufts on the inside of his ears. And so now I'm going to glue the bottom part of his tail. And this also goes on the back part of the fox. And I put it right down here at the bottom. And you can glue it at any angle you would like. If you would like his tail to be like sticking out like that, that's fine. I'm just going to put mine like this. And so now, here I have a friend for my other Fletcher. Thanks. Have fun with your fox.